Incredibles 2 was directed by Brad Bird and is the sequel to the incredibly successful Incredibles, The Incredibles, that was released back in 2004. And that's a Pixar movie that I adore and love. Look right here. It's my favorite Pixar movie of all time, basically. And I was extremely excited for this movie. It's been a long time. We've been waiting for this movie, and we finally got it. And here the story revolves around Elastigirl, who is sent on a mission to fight crime, to get superheroes back in business once again, and to also go after a villainous creation known as a Screenslaver, while Bob, or Mr. Incredible, is home taking care of the three kids, Violet, Jack, and Dash. Honestly, I didn't think this movie was going to be just as good or better than the first Incredibles movie and stuff like that. I knew it was going to be great and stuff like that, but walking out of this movie theater, this movie lives up to the original Incredibles. When I walked out of this theater, oh my gosh, I had the biggest smile in my face that I haven't had in a while. I swear to you, the Incredibles 2 is by far Pixar's best sequel since Toy Story 3. This movie is well rounded up and really more mature than the first movie. Really mature. You will be surprised on some of the scenes that are in this movie. I'm not going to spoil one thing. You have Elastigirl and stuff like that talking to other people about politics and government and stuff like that. This movie doesn't mess with people's minds and stuff like that, or children's minds. This movie has an extremely well set up story. And you can tell that Elastigirl's not just doing this to become a superhero again, she's also doing this for her family, which, by the way, Bob back home is also trying to be the most super dad he can be to his children and stuff like that. It shows that these two acts, being a father and a superhero figure, are both heroic, and that's something that I adored about this movie. When it comes to Pixar's animation, they get better and better every time a movie is made. The animation is honestly speechless. Pixar has always had great animation and stuff like that. They just keep on improving. Incredibles 2 has fantastic, incredible animation. I thought there were better action scenes in this movie than the first movie as well. And characters like Frozone return, and he has more screening time in this movie than he did in the first movie. I really did love that. And there's something about Incredibles 2. Even though it's an animated movie, it feels like it could be a live-action movie. And I think that's because it has fantastic characters and a fantastic story to it. Brad Bird stated for many years that he wasn't going to make a sequel to The Incredibles unless he feels that the story could be just as good or better than the original. And I really do love that idea. Brad Bird has made a lot of great movies. The Iron Giant, Ratatouille, and it goes on. He's made some of the best animated films over the past years. And The Incredibles is definitely one of his best, if not his best. And I was extremely surprised by Incredibles 2, honestly. This movie blew me away. And of course, the iconic score of The Incredibles. Da-da-da-da-da. I honestly think it's amazing. It's amazing. It's one of the best scores I've ever heard in every movie. It's perfect. Once you hear that song, you know you're down for an incredible adventure. And I think superhero movies are missing that. Every superhero should honestly have their own theme and stuff like that. Like Marvel superheroes or DC superheroes and stuff like that. This movie is also very aware of what a superhero movie needs. And I liked how they introduced new superheroes and stuff like that. One of them is Void and stuff like that. And apparently she's known to make things go in another portal or stuff like that and appear in other places and stuff like that. But she can't really control her power. I thought she was a likable character enough and stuff like that. She wasn't in the film that much though. But I thought she was very likable. Screenslaver, I thought it's an interesting villain though, and I'm not going to say the concept behind the villain or why the villain exists and stuff like that, but it's really the story behind it. It's so great. It really is. The villain though itself, I wouldn't say it's amazing or something. It's just good. He's a good villain. Syndrome is a very much better villain though. From the first Incredibles, no one can beat that villain basically. But yeah, I thought Screenslaver was good, not great or amazing like Syndrome. I thought it was just a good villain. I'm telling you, even though this was a long wait, it was worth the 14-year wait. I love this movie, just as good as the original, not better, but it does live up to its predecessor in my opinion. And then if we do get an Incredibles 3, and then if this lives up to Incredibles 1 and 2, then we get another perfect trilogy in Pixar. And the Incredible movies are perfect in my opinion anyway, but I'm saying like the only perfect trilogy we have right now, I guess, is Toy Story, but I guess you can't really call this a trilogy because it's only 2 movies. But overall, these movies are still great. They're amazing. They're incredibly well done. Edna returns in this movie. She's one of my favorite Pixar characters ever. She's so funny. She knows what superheroes need and stuff like that. She basically makes suits for the superheroes and stuff like that. And when you realize that she has to try to take care of Jack and stuff like that, I think the story behind it really good, really well set up. And I think Edna gets that inspiration from Jack's powers, and then from there you know what else is going on and stuff like that if you've seen the film at least. And then there's a subplot in this movie between Violet and a guy she likes and stuff like that. And I really did feel bad for Violet in this movie. Honestly, I did. You can tell that they definitely tried to flesh this character out a lot more than they fleshed her out in the first movie. She was really strong and independent in the first movie. They definitely improved her characterization in this movie too. I also really liked Dash in this movie. He was funny. Jack though, he took this entire film with laughs. Audience members were laughing out loud at Jack a lot in this movie. He was great. But guys, what I'm trying to say is Incredibles 2 was a blast. This movie surprised the living heck out of me. It really did. And it's by far Pixar's best sequel in a while. And Incredibles 2 definitely lives up to the original Incredibles. And honestly, I'm really looking forward to seeing this movie again. I'm actually going to go to Texas sometime and maybe I can see it again with my family. I'd love to do that again. This movie was a huge blast. I loved it a lot. The movie has mind-blowing direction, a mind-blowing story, incredible characters, great action scenes, and everything you would want out of a superhero movie. This movie understands what superhero movies need. And I was literally on the edge of my seat during this entire film. It did not disappoint me one bit. I loved this movie. I really did love Incredibles 2, and if I could rank it out of all the other Pixar movies, which I did a ranking of already, I'd say this is probably my 4th favorite Pixar movie of all time, maybe. Yeah, it's really that good. It's gotta be high on that list. But I absolutely loved Incredibles 2. I really did. I can't wait to see it again, and I'm gonna give Incredibles 2 an A+. You guys need to check out this movie, especially if you're a fan of Pixar and if you love the first Incredibles. This movie does not disappoint. Brad Bird succeeded. I'm glad he did not rush on making a sequel, because usually when sequels are rushed, they're not really that good. This movie lived up to the hype. And that's honestly incredible. Incredible. Guys, thank you so much for watching my review of Incredibles 2. This movie was a huge blast. I had so much fun with it. Look forward to my review of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom that I'm going to be reviewing next. Can't wait to review that. I saw the movie, and I'd like to share my personal thoughts about it and stuff like that, because the movie's getting mixed thoughts by audience members and stuff like that. And I saw the movie yesterday night, and I'd like to talk about it to you guys. It's not going to be a spoiler review at all. There's not going to be any spoilers. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this review of Incredibles 2. Look forward to more movie reviews and more content. You guys are the best. Love every single one of you guys. Stay tuned for more content and videos. And thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, I am MarioFan520, and I will see you next time. Peace out.